Hello and welcome to not that game, Dead Cells. Right, yeah. We're gonna go back to all three boss cells that we've unlocked, which is boss cell 3. Jumping straight back into it, making things hard again, making things proper again. There's about one more trophy that I think I should be able to get. Hell yeah. And that is going to be, I gotta kill myself with an elevator. Yeah. Gotta kill myself with an elevator. And I don't see myself getting the next, boss cell before any of this. If you enter the prison, I can't help you anymore. But I didn't enter the prison. Oh, I did. I guess I did enter the prison. Okay. Okay. Oh, what? That's a ×4? Fuck yeah. I'll try that. Boy, oh boy, do I have some technical issues that I am gonna go over. So if you don't like talking about technical issues, I suggest turning this, everything that I'm about to say down. Wow, I forgot how to play this game. So I am in the ever-loving process of hating myself for knowing the slightest little bit of how to go about. Good lord, this thing is fucking just smashing through. I like it. All right, what is that? Grants a shield upon killing an enemy. I don't know. We're not gonna take that one, and I gotta think about this one. Do I want the broadsword? I haven't used the broadsword in a minute. Oh man, that thing sucks. Okay, we're not taking the broadsword. We are going to take, we're going to keep the Vorpan. So I need to go up. I guess we're doing Promenade. But yeah, technical issues and always striving to increase the quality of my setup. And it came to light that on one of my PCs, the audio that I would be putting or piping into Discord through my interface was kind of messed up in that it would sound tinny, like blown out and everything. Which, you know, that's not really good. That's really bad, actually, for that to for it to sound like that, because that would mean that all of the other people that I'm planning to have on for guests, if I use it through the simple process of using a single PC to do this stuff, it doesn't work out well, because then it's an inadequate volume or inadequate sonic experience for them. The only way that I knew how to fix that is to run a preamp, because the way that I have my audio interfaces hooked up in my PC at the, or going between the two PCs that I have at the moment, the first one is, all right, basically I have three mics that I use. A Shure SM7B that I use when I'm playing Balatro and when I'm at my desk. People that catch my streams will know that I use a SM7B very clearly. Then I have this microphone. I don't think I take any of these. You know what? Let's go for glass cannon build. Let's go for the glass cannon build. Yeah, let's just go straight glass cannon. You know, I probably should take my usual of Armadillo Pack. Then I have a AT2035 that I'm speaking into right now, and my last microphone is a it flutters between either a Rode Procaster or a Audio-Technica shotgun microphone. Now, the reason for the Procaster, that was actually my first XLR microphone, and I still think it's a wonderful microphone, but it is a heavy son of a bitch. So it's a little bit harder to get set up correctly in various setups, because there's not a lot of mic arms that I've found that can actually support that weight. And we'll do that. That's important. Having a mic arm that can support the weight of your microphone is quite important when you are streaming, because you don't want your mic just going everywhere. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. What was shielding those guys? Wow. We're doing a double today. But yeah, so anyway, the two primary mics that I worry about are my AT2035 right now and my Shure SM7B. Because those are the mics that I think are the most important for the setup. Those are the mics that I need to sound good when I record and when I decide to use Discord to talk with people. So the primary way that I have everything running into OBS is through ASIO stuff. I don't have it running through USB. You need, in my opinion, you need to have ASIO stuff. If you are going to think about holding or producing a relatively professional stream, you have to understand that XLR mics are a standard, and that the standard of using those microphones is ASIO connectivity, or not connectivity, but you understand, like, ASIO is the protocol that you should be using. The problem is that a lot of people don't like doing that because it doesn't play the nicest or the easiest with software. Primarily because ASIO is not branded, but it is a specific license that not everyone has. You can find the drivers, which, hey, that's how I did it. You can find the drivers online for it, and surprisingly, they haven't broken in all the iterations of OBS. I haven't updated these drivers since probably OBS 26, and we're now on, damn it, we're now on like OBS 30, going into like 31. Why did I do that? Yeah, ASIO, in my opinion, if you're going to be taking streaming or content creation seriously, it's a headache. All right, you know what? No, I messed up. I messed up way too many times with the scrolls. Yeah. You need to embrace the standards that are set forth by large studio houses, which ASIO is. Let's go ahead and use an aspect. Yeah, sure. We'll do shatter. Because what's wrong with playing with an aspect? Nothing's wrong with playing with an aspect. Let's go crossbow. Let's change it up like that. But yeah, be sure to use ASIO if you want to be serious. If you're not being serious, hey, don't listen to me. You probably still should listen to me. Woo. We'll go down. Oh, don't want the infantry grenade. But yeah, I found out that my mics were not playing nicely with Discord on one of my PCs. And the way that I have with ASIO involved, which is been a pain in the ass, don't get me wrong, is I have two audio interfaces. Both of them are Tascam, which make phenomenal audio interfaces. If you are going to be looking up a quality audio interface that is going to last, like these are the things that you buy once and you never replace. Because especially in the use case that I'm using them in, I don't think I'm putting these things through anywhere close to the paces that they would actually be stressed about. Alright, would this guy shut... Just... Good lord. I could do with a different weapon. Now that I think about it, yeah, I could definitely go for a different weapon. Let's go for our ice bow. Yeah, we'll go for an ice bow. Yeah, my Discord calls were absolutely atrocious sounding on one PC, but on the other PC, they sounded, I was told, they sound perfect. They sound great. And I think the problem is with how I have things. And by that I mean that I have two audio interfaces, both Tascam, and the way that I have them going to two separate PCs is through an XLR splitter. And that is simply just a Y cable of, I plug in the microphone into one end, and then I have two ends that go into each interface separately. Now, the thing that that's fine. That's perfectly fine to do in the world of audio, from what I've ascertained from searching all of this online. The big no-no that I am doing is I have phantom power, because the AT2035 that I have right now that I'm talking into, and the cloud lifter that I use when I have the Shure SM7B, because it's a quiet son of a bitch, and I don't have the fancy one with the built-in gain increase. I have phantom power turned on both interfaces. So, for some reason, that is causing issues specifically with Discord. Not when I record this into OBS like I am doing right now, because it's this PC that has the issues. It is unfortunately just when I have Discord, which again is a problem for me because I want to be able to have guests. And I want to sound good to my guests. So my solution is to buy a preamp. And that preamp is basically going to allow me to plug my microphones into it. And then we'll swap out the ice bow. So I'm going to plug my microphones into the preamp and then going to use the Y splitter on the other end to split out the two interfaces like usual. But instead of having phantom power turned on both individual interfaces that then go into into the respective PCs, it's now going, good lord. It's now going to have only one device that manages phantom power, and that is going to be the oh my god, that's going to be the preamp. So I don't know if that's actually going to solve my issues. I really hope it does. In the past, I was able to find one on used for cheaper. But the specific preamp that I have coming is the Behringer ADA 8200. So that should, again, hopefully solve all of the issues that I have. I don't need any of those things. You know, thinking back, I should have kept the ice bow. That way I could turn this shield into my backpack and then get use of my mutation. That was dumb of me for recycling that. There's not really any other... Yeah, I need a lot of money to make use of that shop. Maybe the 3 boss cell door will have something. Maybe? Not really. Man, I've just kind of talked myself out with just the stupid tech issues. What else have I been running into issues? Oh, right. Wiimotes. Or fake third-party Wiimotes. So, I like that I've basically taught myself, ever since I was a relatively young kid, how to Google my problems in terms of a tech support and solve them. And a lot of that is how a lot of kids my age, from my generation, did it, is you were doing stuff that you shouldn't have on the family PC, and your parents are due back from wherever they were, and they left you alone. They left the teenage boy alone with unrestricted internet access because your parents didn't understand exactly what that meant. They understood what the internet was a dangerous and, you know, could be a creepy place, but they didn't fully understand. It's like, yeah, we shouldn't really be leaving our teenage son alone with this. But it's fine. because that taught me the invaluable skill of, oh god, what did I just put on the PC? Oh god, something changed. Oh god, I'm gonna get in so much trouble. And then tech supporting my way out of it. So that's always a good time. People my age know exactly what I'm talking about, and people in the much younger demographic, that about the 5% of people that are in the much younger demographic might know what I'm talking about, but I'm pretty sure a large portion of people in the older demographic that watch my videos know exactly the scenario I'm talking about. Yeah, so I like that I have those skills. It's actually helped me quite a bit. But also being impatient is a really bad thing with those said skills, because so Wii emulation, you have to emulate the Wiimotes, and I want to be able to, when I go back, and I am fully planning on going back to Metroid Prime 3 soon, hopefully, is I want to be able to use Wiimotes. I want to be able to use the actual motion controls, because I think it would be really interesting to finally experience what those games are like with motion controls, because I've just been using mouse and keyboard for all of them. I want to see what it's like having to wiggle and waggle. And I was talking with a guy at work about it, and he was saying, like, because I was telling him, like, how I went through the entirety of Metroid Prime 1 and 2. He's like, so you were doing it with mouse and keyboard? He's like, yeah. Like, so how could you flick jump? I'm like, what the fuck is flick jump? It's like, oh, Snarf. All of those troublesome little areas that you had to bomb jump, you could just flick your Wiimote like twice, and you did it perfectly every single time. I'm like, you're shitting me. It's like, oh yeah, and all the ones that you had to bomb jump while on a destructible platform, yeah, those became trivial with flick jumping. I'm like, son of a bitch. Because I was telling him, I wasn't trying to 100% any of the Metroid Prime games, and how I beat the first game with, what did I end up having? Like maybe 5 energy tanks total? He's like, oh, you barely scratched the surface of any of them. And we went on to the subject of, like, yeah, it's really nice that Metroid Prime games allow you to be able to beat them if you're good enough, by not having to scrape literally everything. Which I will give credit. Metroid Prime games are really good at that. Might as well. The new outfit. Upgrade that. Sure. Leave the rest alone. And go for ammo. But, so, back to the Wiimotes. So that's what my plans are for Metroid Prime 3 when I eventually go back to that game, which I am hoping to be able to do this month. I do want to go back to Metroid Prime 3 this month of November. I want to try and retouch that game and beat it for the channel. As a normal LP, not as a part of the daily series or anything. We're gonna do a full LP. I'm gonna make an opening for it. Whole shebang. I think it's gonna work out real well and real great. Or it's gonna be terrible, and the 330-ish subscribers I have right now are all going to be like, this is terrible, this guy's trash, and unsubscribe. That's a fear I live with daily, but it's like, whatever. That's the internet, baby. Oh, that's a lot of enemies. Oh my god, that scared me. That little like stinger scared the crap out of me. I was like, oh no, what did I die on? I do need to buy one of these. I guess I'm buying Fire Blast. Cursed. Whoa! Yeah, so I do want to go back to the Metroid Prime trilogy and finish it off. Unfortunately, my coworker did spoil a little bit about it, and he says, like, hey, if you didn't like Metroid Prime 2, you're out of all three of them, you're probably going to dislike Metroid Prime 3 the most. It's like, that's unfortunate to hear about. We'll see if that's true. There have definitely been some games where I do agree with the zeitgeist of, you know, this is the good one, this is the bad one. There have been plenty of other games where I really like the ones that everyone else hates. There's definitely some bad some games that I can say without a doubt, this is a bad game, but I will still say, like, I find this terrible game to be genuinely enjoyable, though. I think we're gonna go to the sewers. Yeah. Specifically, one of the games I really enjoy, like genuinely enjoy, that a lot of my friends were like, how can you stand that game? It's a terrible game. Is Killer is Dead. That's a game that I hope to bring to the channel sometime and show you guys off, because I played through that, and it definitely might be nostalgia talking, because I did play this in one of those time periods. We're gonna do the bank. where it was a more influential game over me than it probably had any right to be. You know, it's just one of those old nostalgia games where you think back, it's like, man, it's just, you played it in the right time in your youth to where thinking back now, any frustrations you had with it are just not there anymore. You don't have a clear judging mind to think about the game, which gives you an unfair advantage over other games. But I will also be the first one to say, like, yo, this is not the, you know, most amazing game out there. I'm not saying it's a 9 out of 10. Hell, I don't think, I probably would be safe to say that it's not even a 7 out of 10. It's probably around like a 6 out of 10. And have I replayed it recently? No. Oh my god. Hate those guys. Not taking that. Because I take that... Yeah... Well, maybe. That could be like a good finisher. Yeah. I'll try it out. It's gonna be very risky to do. I understand that, but you know, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a try. Nothing that I want to swap out for. But yeah, so with that said about Killer is Dead, there's definitely some games that I recognize as bad games that I like and enjoy. Like genuinely enjoy. But, you know, I think as much as terrible as the game is, I think there is some really interesting things and some really amazing things that happen in Killer is Dead. I really like specifically the end, the last boss that you fight is still, I think, one of the most hype moments I've ever got in a video game. Of just like, oh my god, this is so cool with what they're doing. Moments that came close to it, the ending of another bad section of games that I like that a lot of people do not, is the final boss in Metal Gear Solid 2, where you're fighting Solid Snake sorry, spoilers for Metal Gear Solid 2. When you fight Solid Snake on top of a crashed aircraft carrier or a plane in like the streets of in Wall Street or like in Washington somewhere, wherever that happened, I loved that fight. That was one of the most amazing fights in my mind. Absolutely fantastic. I had such a good time that in that boss fight, you're given a sword. And with the sword, You can either hit them with the front of the blade, which is sharp and deal health damage, or you can hit them with the back of the blade and deal stamina damage. You get a different ending depending on the if you know, just like any other Metal Gear Solid games, like if you deplete all the stamina, the boss doesn't die and you get something special for it. I had such, I don't know why, but when I was playing that, and this was the first time, I didn't know it was coming. I went into the entire thing blind. When I went into that, I had such a good time playing with the sword mechanics and fighting Saldus. Like, I had my parries down, I had combos going. It was such a wonderful time to me that I got him down within a sliver of his health with the sharp part of the blade. And then I was like, you know what? I don't want this to end. So I flipped the blade over and fought him again with the flat part of the blade and killed him with stamina. I mean, it was I found it to be such a joy to play. And I thought that a lot of people would have been like me online when they said, like, oh, that fight was so, like, I thought, to me, that is one of my top 10 boss fights in video games, is fighting Saldus Snake in the streets with a katana. Is it positively the best fight? I can appreciatively say no. I can definitely see how there are better fights, and I can definitely see the flaws that come with that fight. But I don't care. I had an amazing time with that entire fight. And nothing can really take that away from me from when I experienced it. All right, I now have $28,000. Let's see if, I mean, there's no way I'd actually beat the game with the money. So let's go ahead and use the cells. Unlock what I can. And then, you know what? Let's give myself the best chance. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. This is the best chance I have. If I get a single hit, I'm dead, because there's no way I'm going to clear this boss and be able to kill him if he hits me in that time. Yep, there it goes. There it goes. Yeah. Well, that was a fun episode regardless. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content. I think this is coming out August or November 2nd. So submissions are now closed for the Royal Rumble, and I hope that you guys make it there on November 5th. I'm thinking sometime around like 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Central Standard Time is when I'll broadcast that out on Twitch for Season 3. Hope I see you guys there, and that you all have a wonderful day.